These are a few of my favorite things. Hi, I'm Lisa. I am the ukulele fool, foolishly believing that ukulele players can make the world a better place. In this tutorial, we'll go over some of the tricky chord combinations that you need to do. I will show you a strumming option to do with this. We'll do a practice session without the lyrics, giving you guidance on how to pull together, how many times to do that strum, and then I will also show you some finger picking. I've got a play along for both the strumming and finger picking version. So let's learn this together. You only need these chords in order to do this song, but there's some tricky ones, so let's go over a few of those that are a little less common. We have a D minor chord, index, middle, ring. We also have an E7, index, middle, ring. And then there's also an F major 7, and you've got to go up the neck to the 5th fret, index, middle, like that. Isn't that a gorgeous sound? The trickiest chord combination is getting in and out of that F major 7. You start from an A minor, and then you move up to the F major 7. I don't find that so hard, but then you have to go to a D minor. So I would definitely practice that in isolation, going from F major 7 to D minor. That's why I wrote this strumming pattern very simple, so you'd have some time in between strums to get there. But just do that in isolation over and over again, you know, a couple minutes a day, and you'll be a pro at it. This song is in 3/4 time, and I think the most appropriate strum is doing a down strum on each one of those threes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can do it with your thumb, like I just demonstrated, but you could also do it with your finger. You can do it with several fingers. It's all up to you on that one, what feels more comfortable. I know for myself, if I want to do more of an arpeggio effect, which means that you can hear each string, because I slow down my strum, kind of savor it, and my thumb has more control in order to do that. How many times to play that strum? Well, first we need to understand that this song has 2 distinct sections. There are 3 repetitions of the verse, and then the new material is at the very end, almost like a bridge ending with sort of wrapping everything up, and it's a little bit different. Let's talk about the first 3 verses. The first 2 lines of every verse is an A minor and an F major 7, and you're going to play that 4 times. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. After that, the next 2 lines of the song, you are going to play one of down strum, 1 measure for each chord, and the chords go by kind of quickly. D minor, G and a C and an F, C and an F and a D minor E7. Let's just play the chords for the verses, no pesky lyrics. Let's do it together, and I'll do it a little bit slowly. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. D minor, G, and a C, and an F. C, and an F, and a D minor E7, E7. When we get to the verse that wraps everything up, it is mostly 1 per chord, except the last 2 chords, which is a G7 and a C, and they get 4. I color-coded them in blue so that you would know that we're going back to 4 for those, because it isn't as, the repetition like we have the verses isn't quite the same. So here we go, let's put that together. No F major 7 on this one. Ready, begin. And A minor, E minor and C and an F and D minor, G7, 2, 3, so C, 2, 3, 4. I have this all written out in the chord chart, and I've got a link down in the description and in the comments as well. Get a copy of the chord chart in order to follow along and do this away from YouTube. Let's do a play along with the strumming first, but then after that I'm going to go over the finger picking, and there'll be another play along with the finger picking. Don't forget to hit the like button for this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to all my subscribers and patrons. Our starting vocal pitch is an A. Raindrops. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, ready, begin. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzels with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt in the springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things. Then I don't feel so bad. I got myself a little verklempt on that, just thinking about my mother and who introduced me to the sound of music, where this song came from. And we went to see it in a fancy theater in Seattle, Washington, where they had ushers in uniforms, and my brother fell asleep. I'm going to do a very easy finger picking pattern. We're not going to be using our C string at all, so we're just going to use, looks like that. The thumb always does a G string, and I have a low G, but it would sound great with a high G, no problem there. And we're just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm pulling up with my middle finger on the A string and pulling up with my index finger on the E string. Keep your hand nice and relaxed. Don't do any flying fingers if they're not being used, particularly musicians, whether it's piano, flute, clarinet. We tend to stick our pinkies out in the air. When doing the F major, you get a bonus. Because we're not playing the C string, you only have to play your top G string. Your starting vocal pitch is an A. Rain. 1, 2, 3, ready, begin. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzels with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt in the springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, simply remember my favorite things, then I don't feel so bad. Okay, I hope you made it all the way to the end with this. Girl, you're watching me, so maybe you did. Just as a musical note, when I would go to the last section, when the dog bites, I would switch to strumming if I was doing this for performance where I was entertaining others. For the teaching purposes, I kept it the same. But there's no right or wrong. You get to decide.